on this show, we try to make a living on YouTube, and a lot of people do make their living on YouTube. People like The Amazing Atheist and TYT and a lot of bigger shows. And some of those shows, like The Amazing Atheist, or he just goes by TJ Kirk now, his channel talks about a lot of controversial things. We do too occasionally as well. But the thing is, YouTube has started to implement a policy, or will implement a policy soon, where what they're going to be doing is that people who provide content that is controversial, of a religious nature, or they consider to be promote terrorism or whatever, they will force that channel to go to somewhere else, or where places like our channel, who does not violate any copyright policies or whatever, they will try to make sure that our channel is not seen at all, or not be able to get any likes or comments at all. In a blog post, which is from the official blog over at Google on YouTube there, it said YouTube provided a better sense of what the stance entails. Now, when YouTube decides that a flagged video doesn't break any policy, but still contains controversial religious or supremacist content, quote unquote, the video will be put into a, quote, limited state, unquote. Here is a video that will exist in a sort of limbo where it won't be recommended or monetized, and also won't be included in suggested videos or allow comments or likes. So if you go into a video that you like from us, for example, and you say, hey, I like that content, you go to hit the like button, and the like button might be gone. It just might be disabled. Or if you go to click it, you think you've sent it out to your social feed, like Facebook or Twitter, or wherever you have your likes go out to somewhere else, and those likes may not even appear anywhere in your timelines anywhere else. Now, it won't prevent you from going and say, hey, I'm going to copy the URL and then post that manually into my timeline. But as most people like to make things as easy as possible, that's why they connect all these different social media places together. So this way I can click one button and it flourishes out everywhere it goes. So this way, I like a thing, I think all these other places that I'm on, Facebook, Twitter, Google+, Pinterest, whatever, they should also see it as well. They see what I like. But if YouTube takes that away, those things will not be seen by anybody at all, and they may not even know that they have been disabled at all. Connie, your thoughts?
I guess what I have to say is that, first of all, YouTube has already evolved, and it used to be like the Wild West, and I think that it was before monetization was even a thing. It was this platform where people could go and discuss things. And there's been this gradual evolution. I argue it's more of a de-evolution, because I don't think I have to be personally offensive to people to make a point. But at the same time, I'm just referring to a HuffPo blog. If we can't criticize Islam, and I would say Islam or Christianity or pseudoscience or whatever, if we can't criticize them, then we can't reform it.
Right.
That's been what I consider to be the hallmark of YouTube, and something that's kind of gone by the wayside, 3-4 years ago, response videos.
Yes.
And I wonder what the next wave will be, because usually these kinds of restrictions create a new platform, and I'm hoping that a new platform comes along soon, because it doesn't matter whether we're talking about religion or something else. Because what's the difference between discussing issues and rallying angry mobs? We should be able to discuss these things, and maybe some people have angry ideas about, reactions to it. Well, guess what? Those are feelings, and those are ideas. We should be able to express them.
Yeah.
And not think that people are just going to go off the deep end and just say, okay, now I need to just drive a car into, a mob of people.
I do want to mention, because this is going to come up. Someone's going to say freedom of speech issue. It's like, no, it's not a freedom of speech issue. It really is not, because YouTube, it's not the government. Freedom of speech issues are government related. They have the same rights to say, hey, I don't want this thing on my platform. And that's fine. I mean, we can bitch and moan about it, but that's the point is, if we do bitch and moan about it, maybe they will change it. Maybe. But the fact is that they have that right. It's just like, and I've had this discussion on Google Plus things there, where I said, hey, I don't want you coming and just posting a bunch of shit from the Bible. I don't want you preaching on my posts, because while Google Plus is not my domain. This post in this group is my property, my property for that moment. So I have the right to say what is and what isn't in there. And this nut job I was dealing with said, well, it's this whole group says you could say that whatever this particular stuff in this group. I said, I don't care. My post may be inside this group. If you want to say something outside that post, and you want to preach on your own post, you're more than welcome to. I don't want it allowed here because it adds nothing to the discussion. YouTube has that same right. So I just want to get that out there real quick here. And one other thing here, it says right-wing alternative media figures and conspiracy theorists have been complaining for weeks that YouTube is already manipulating the algorithms to limit their reach and revenue. This is the announcement that will only likely add to their resentment on the platform they rely upon to reach their audiences. Now, one other thing on this point. There's a particular person I subscribe to on YouTube, and I have an Apple TV, and I have it set up so I can watch the stuff I'm subscribed to. If new stuff or new videos come out for that person, I should be notified. It's supposed to show all my subscriptions. On this one particular one, and the person it's Bionic Dance. We had her on as a show as a guest a number of years ago, and for some reason, on the Apple TV, it will not show her when she has made up a video. I will reload the page. It'll show all the new stuff that comes up. One I actually have to go hunting for. It's really bizarre. Sometimes it's subscriptions, home, and something else. And then when I do my thing to get it to reload, sometimes it'll show up at the bottom. Like, oh, by the way, this came up like 5 hours ago. I was like, why didn't I get notified? I have no idea. So I'm wondering if those algorithms haven't been put in those place months ago, and they're just starting to make bigger waves with it. It's getting noticed more, so they had to finally come out and announce it. Atheist Ranger, your thoughts?
This is, me personally, I don't have my videos monetized. I'm not looking to make money on here. However, I am subscribed to people. I'm friends with people on here who do that, and I think this is just going to be possibly another devastating blow, especially for us atheist YouTubers that like to go at it. Really go at it when it comes to religion. So this is no different from to me it's just another adpocalypse possibly.
Yeah. Now there was one thing though, even though your channel is not monetized, it doesn't mean that they can't say, well, we don't like your content because you talk about controversial things. So the monetization thing's already off the table. They don't need to worry about that, but they can still put your video in limbo. So it won't be recognized. It won't be put in as a, hey, you should watch this next, or anything like that. So even though you feel like, okay, well, my channel's not monetized, I should be okay, you're still at risk as much as everybody else is.
Yeah, especially, I guess view-wise, yeah.
Yeah.
The article that we're reading from, too, says it's kind of like a way of avoiding the Streisand effect, that, if you ban a channel or you ban a video, then it gets multiplied and shared. And so just by putting it in a timeout, you're avoiding people looking for it.
Right. People will put up anything. Take, for example, there's this one channel. I haven't seen it up. Well, I don't know if it's even around anymore. They would put up these videos where they would show video of people would take of police officers roughing up people or, breaking the law so they could, the cops could break the law so they could supposedly enforce the law or whatever. But I haven't seen anything from that channel in a long time. I don't know if that channel is even around anymore. Matt, your thoughts?
My theory is that, especially like for us, we are atheists. But the thing you had mentioned earlier about, like if somebody was preaching on your channel or something.
Yeah, on my post, right.
On your posts, and you don't want that on there. I'm wondering if that's going to have an effect on things too.
You mean if I go ahead and post something on a Google Plus channel or a group? And
well, no, what I'm saying is that if somebody posts something on your channel that you find offensive or something, is YouTube gonna flag them or put them?
Most likely not. Most likely not. And the only time they ever do anything like that is where it's considered to be spam, because sometimes, and I've been getting hit with a spammer for a while now on my channel. It says, hey, this thing's going to be in your spam folder, but you should really come and check me out, blah, blah, blah. And I really like your video, but I want you to come check out my channel or come check me out on Instagram or some bullshit or whatever, and that's automatically spammed. That's right.
No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about actual individuals. Like if I posted something on your channel that you found that you didn't like or you didn't want on your channel, and you reported me.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering what would happen with that.
What it would probably do is it would just prevent you from posting again. That's a little bit more fine-tuned. Let's say you were harassing me. Let's say you were harassing me on my channel or whatever. I report you. I could just block you straight out from the channel, and then you wouldn't be able to post again anyway. Or I could say you're just harassing me, but you're putting violent content or dangerous content, like say I'm gonna like rough you up and make you eat noodles, something like that. And you post something on there, and I say, hey, this is violent content. It might just put you into the automatic spam folder. I've had situations actually kind of like that, where someone has posted something rapid reply to multiple things, and so that one gets changed into spam or whatever, and it says the only person who can see this is you. So you can either delete it or you can restore it or whatever. So that's already taking place. So this has been that's just something that's just on comments alone. But this is for YouTube, for the video channels, that takes a little bit more finesse, because you can't look at the words. The machine can't generally look at the words and say, hey, all these words are X, Y, or Z. So or it's coming too fast, or it's linking to all these weird places. That's not in there. Like if I say go to packardpokesat.wordpress.com, it's not going to pick it out right away if it's considered to be spam or whatever. So,
right.
But I understand what you're talking about there, but it's a little bit more finer tuned, and most people have general control over their sites. I mean, let's just say, for example, you come in and you've never posted on there before, and you want to put on there, you're not violating anything. You're not saying, hey, I'm going to mess up your dog's haircut or something like that. You just post it on there and it's automatically spammed out. That happens. That's accidental. Some people have that set up so the first comment that they get, it's automatically set to authorize the person who's posting before they're allowed to go any further into the rest of the site, or their comments are allowed to be seen.
Okay.
I see Tom has joined us. Tom.
Yes.
Yes. Hi, Tom. I see you just joined us.
I snuck in.
Yeah, I saw that.
Back door.
Yeah.
Looking.
Yes. What do you think about this YouTube controversy?
I'm curious. I mean, having a very soft-spoken atheist bent to my videos, and I do monetize them, but I only monetize them for this odd suspicion that you need to monetize for them to promote them at all. But I don't think they are. They do that anyhow. So I'm not really worried about it. I'm not worried about making any money off of them. I'm curious, though, on how other... remember Venom Fang X?
Venom Fang X, yes, I remember Venom.
People like I-10 and Matt Slick. And who's it? There's a few other fundy Christian apologists that are pretty aggressively anti-atheist.
Yes.
I wonder how this is going to affect them.
That's a good question. We were actually discussing that before you showed up, that maybe because it says religious controversial things here, it says controversial religious or supremacist content. I'm wondering, though, and we're speculating that if the anti-religious message, which us atheists generally do, we kind of like, this is the religion, this is what's wrong with it, this is why X, Y, and Z. But I'm wondering if our message gets shut down while theirs gets promoted. That's going to be a serious issue, I think. But
that's
if
what I was trying to get at.
Yeah. Oh, is that what you were trying to get at? But
yeah, that's what I was trying to get at. I must have not done it right, but I was concerned about what you had just said. What Tom had just mentioned. That was my biggest concern too. It was like, how is it going to be for the other people? Are they going to not get slapped on the wrist?
Yeah. See, well, you were talking about the individual, someone commenting here, so I think.
Well, right, but
it
did mention comments too.
Yeah.
Well, I suppose what I'm concerned about most is this is being done by algorithms. They are primarily using some kind of computer program. I think it's looking for keywords, and they also have their chosen little trusted flaggers going through. And again, if you're just discussing a problem, then if you use certain words or certain inflammatory, it might be considered inflammatory words because it's a passionate discussion, is YouTube going to shut you down? And I just think that I don't think that it should be done that way. I think that really, really smart and conniving people would find a way around those blocks and still get their message out. Because I'm sorry, there's some things about these discussions that are very impassioned, and it doesn't mean you're going to go drive a van into people on a bridge, but it does mean that you really give a rat's about something.
Yeah.